Young people raised about 25 million naira for protest, and protesters are testifying to the impact of the disbursed fund on food and medical supplies. Yet, the federal government allegedly disbursed 600 billion naira as COVID-19 palliative, and no single Nigeria benefited. So we should remember that when we collect money for a job or road construction and refuse to execute the job, which eventually leads to the death of innocent people, or a civil servant, you collect kickback and over-invoice contract paper, thereby making it impossible to execute other jobs, you are worse than SARS. As a politician, be you senator, honorable or honorable members, president, governor, or chairman, or councillor, and your salaries or allowances are 100 times more than that of the people you represent, yes, you still circumvent the process to enable you steal from public purse, then there's no difference between you and the gun-trotting SARS. As a lawyer or judge, when you collect money to trade off judgments and grant electoral victory to someone rejected at the poll and make someone who didn't participate in the election process become a governor, president, senator, or even lawmaker, and he eventually takes decisions that will affect thousands of people, there's no hiding place from it. You are SARS. A lecturer or employer who requests for sex or money in return for marks or employment is definitely not different from SARS, even though he's not carrying a gun. A police IG or commissioner who receives police budgets and fixes it in an interest-yielding account while collecting the interest therein up front, yet the rank and file under him or her are left to suffer, is the true meaning of SARS itself. A medical doctor who, after swearing to the Hippocratic Oath, still watches people die carelessly while insisting on payment of bills before treatment is a practicing SARS member. As a regulator or custom officer, immigration, government department, ministries, agencies, ICPC, EFCC, civil defense, etc., and you use your job to oppress, harass, and intimidate people, if someone calls you as SARS, answer him, because that's your name, that's what you are. People work tirelessly for 35 years in government, and they have to die by stomach before you pay them pension. While SARS kills 10 with their pen or inaction, you kill hundreds with your actions. As a supporter of politicians, you criticize everything government did while in opposition, only to support everything you once criticized once your candidate is in government, or vice versa. In fact, you are SARS personified. You that increased tariff in the midst of a pandemic is worse than SARS. The list is endless. I would therefore advocate that as we protest for a better policing and society, we must also remember that our workers, politicians, lecturers, civil servants, judges, lawyers, doctors, police are drawn from amongst us. And it is those little injustices that we failed or neglect to address years ago that became the convention that we are addressing now. Let us start anew and with a new orientation and a new social order. That social reorientation can begin when we reduce the salaries and allowances of our public office holders and cut wastages. We would have enough fund to plow into other sectors of the economy. If government treats everyone as a stakeholder in the Nigerian project, and we collectively see ourselves as such, and all do our little bit, whether anybody is watching or not, we would have reduced the SARS in our life without having to change the name from SARS to SWAT.